Okay guys, so this is the first escape we're going to do from Scarfhold. I'm going to gable grip my hands under his rib cage because I want to have control of my hips when I bridge him up. Look at, I'm turning on my side a little bit. This is going to make it easier for me to breathe also. I'm going to walk my legs around, and as I walk my legs around, I'm kind of pushing his body toward over my head. So now what I'm going to do is, my knees are pointing that way. I'm going to do kind of an awkward bridge. And then when he starts to move, I'm going to bridge normal to the other side. So I'm going to walk my feet around, get him close under his hips, bridge, and then bridge this way. He's going to come up on my arm. I'm going to pull my arm out and go to side control. Okay? Okay, from time to time, when I do the first technique, my opponent is going to post to stop the bridge. So he's going to post with his, in this case, his left arm. So I come underneath the ribs. As soon as I feel him post, I'm going to hear his hand hit the mat. As soon as I feel him post or hear that sound of his hand hitting the mat, I'm going to retract my elbow, my inside elbow, and bring it down to the mat and try to get it under my body. So I turn on the side here, bridge forward, he posts, I pull it out, and now I'm coming up. So if he posts, he has to let go of this arm. When he lets go of this arm, I get this arm under my body, I create some space to get my head out and take the back. So sometimes the person's going to have case of katami, or what we call Scarfhold, with the underhook here, instead of having the head wrap. Now this causes him to be a little bit lower on my body, so I can't really do the first escape that I showed, because he's too low on my body. There's no way I'm going to be able to bridge him unless I'm really strong. So I'm going to opt for a different escape. So I'm going to take my feet and do a big hip escape here, and then I'm going to time it. As soon as I bring my arm in front of his face, I bring my leg up and I come here. All right, so here I'm going to go right to the pipe choke and squeeze until he taps. Okay, so this time my opponent, he has his knee posted up. So what I'm going to try to do is get a hook on his knee by pushing and bringing my top hook over. Once I get my top hook, I'm going. If he tries to remove the hook, I bring this arm out right away, and now I'm out to the back. But if he doesn't try to remove the hook, which most of the time they're going to try to remove the hook, I'm going to frame up under his head, push away, grab his leg, and come up either in back control or side control. All right, so this time, I try to walk my hips under his hips, and he keeps moving his hips north. So he keeps, I walk, and then he walks. I walk, and then he walks. So this is going to happen. Sometimes you can just go in a complete circle. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to anticipate him walking. I walk, he walks, and I sit up. Because when our legs become in a straight line, there's no place for him to go. There's no base for him. So I'm going to try to lay him down next to me. If my core is strong, I should be able to do it. If it's not so strong, this might not work. Okay, so we have submissions from the top, submissions from the bottom in Scarfhold. The most common one is going to be the Americana, but sometimes he's going to have his hands clasped together and he's not going to be giving this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is basically kind of like the same motion as a heel hook. I'm going to take my, the top bone of my forearm here. I'm going to slide it underneath his elbow. So I'm going to start digging in way back here. I'm going to come here. Now, once I get my palm past his elbow, I'm going to stop right there. In other words, I'm not going to drive this all the way to my other hand. I'm going to bring this in here, and look at it. I turn it up so that the inside of my bone is on the inside of his elbow. Then I'm just going to squeeze his head and lift his until he taps. So this is a shoulder lock, all right? Now, the defense for this is for him to open his arms. So if I slide this in and he opens his arms, now I have control of his arm. So I want to take his arm and bring it this way. Now I'm going to lift my bottom leg over and put it here, and I like to tighten it up just like this. Now he can't straighten his arm. So my shin is blocking his arm from straightening, because one of the defenses of the escape is for him to straighten. But now he can't straighten because he bumps into my leg. And now here, I just need to slightly lift my hips, and he's going to tap. All right, but let's say he's really strong. So I come here, he opens. No, you gotta pull this arm out. If you don't do that, then I'm gonna finish this submission, right? So I come under here, and he relieves the grip to pull his elbow back, and I grab this, but I can't bend it because he's too strong, he's keeping it straight. In this case, I'm gonna come right over the top here, and I'm gonna do it from here, okay? So it doesn't matter, I like to do it with the front leg. It doesn't matter which position his arm is in. It can be here, it can be here, this is more effective, or it can be here. But I'm gonna get this arm. So there's different ways of trying to unlock this grip. Some people reach through, they'll dig through here like this, and they'll break it. Okay, that's one option. But I like to apply the submission here, and then if he doesn't tap, he's gonna open. And then I slide, I wanna keep control of this arm. So when I feel his grip open, I trace the arm, and I pull it down like a stick shift in a car. All right? It's gonna be helpful if I can keep this too. All right, so here, then I can just tuck it under and hip up. If he bends it this way, block it and hip up. All right, so he's gonna submit there. Okay, as we stated before, a common escape when you have the Scarfhold with the underhook is gonna be for him to hip out, frame against my head, and catch my face right with his leg. So I have a submission that goes off of that one. So I'm down, I feel him come across my face, I'm gonna grab his wrist, go right to Americana. So look, I'm also bringing my hips over across this arm and flattening out his shoulder so that he can't use this arm to defend against the Americana. So one more time, real quick. There we go. All right, thank you.